1. Hey, welcome back to Change the Odds, the podcast where marriage and family were never meant to be a game of chance. Kevin Thompson, Blaine, Adrienne, Neufeld.
Woo.
Here we are.
Hello.
And not as we're shooting this, but as this is being aired, it's y'all's anniversary.
Wow. Happy anniversary.
I don't know if you were aware of this, but
No.
you need to go ahead and purchase or something.
Oh, hey, listen, I've got our plan already figured out.
A couple weeks
Kevin.
out. You're already ready.
Absolutely.
Yes, he is.
Never have this happened before, but
Oh.
I am fully prepared. I ironically also gave a gift that was going to be held until the day, but I said, you know what, babe, you deserve it.
Right now.
Here you go.
What did he do
And I deserve
that
it.
caused this gift to come out? Did he screw up? Was he trying to make
No,
up something?
we aren't very good at, like, if we buy the gift, like she got a gift for me.
Yeah.
And then she's like, well, it's in a box. And I was home before she got home. So I'm like, is it this box? And she's like, yeah. Do you want to open it or not? Like, we have a hard time waiting on the gifts.
Yeah, we're just like,
because they're, it's
can
closed.
use it.
It's closed, right? It's
Yeah,
shoes. It was, so I opened it because she's like, just open it when you got home.
yeah.
So you bought her clothes?
No, I bought her
Okay.
something else. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I was about
yeah,
to say
yeah.
that would be.
Wouldn't that be risque?
I can't fathom. It would only be risque, or it wouldn't work.
And if it was closed, and this is what we've done Christmas birthdays, there's a note on my Apple phone,
Okay.
where it says, here is the link, here's the size,
Yeah.
here's the color.
Yes.
Surprise me.
Here's what's yes. No, I totally get it.
Here's the only
Can
thing
you
I want.
imagine me buying Jenny Thompson clothes? Can you fathom?
No. Mark's message the other
You heard
Sunday
it.
was
There
kind
was.
of
You heard it.
harsh.
Yes,
That was-
for those who are part of the Bayside community, that's right. Mark was very complimentary about Jenny.
Yes,
and
he was.
said, and I quote, Kevin dresses like an 80-year-old man who's always 30 minutes from a tea time.
Yeah, always ready for
So
tea
it's a
time.
really good line.
It actually is. Yeah.
No,
And it's fine.
what makes it funny is how accurate it actually is.
80's a little high, maybe 75.
Yeah.
I have no problem with it whatsoever. So,
It was funny. It was funny.
happy anniversary.
Thank you.
Thank
How many
you.
years again?
15.
15. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't last year we do an episode like what y'all learned in 14 years or something like that?
Probably.
Oh,
I don't know.
probably. We've
think
learned lots.
we
We've
can
learned
add
so much that we forgot.
Yes. So I know y'all are really excited about this, but The Creation of Us came
Oh,
out
yes.
yesterday.
Oh, yes.
It's now out there, public.
Let's
you can buy
go.
it, immediately get it. Here we are.
Congrats, Kev.
Of course.
Are you excited when they come out? Are you nervous when they come out? Are you whatever when they come out?
I can't say this out loud, but
Oh.
no. It's funny because we got back from vacation a few weeks ago, and the book was there, and so I open it up, and Jenny's like, "Oh man, how does that make you feel?" And I'm like, "Man, I just hope there's not that many typos." Is the first thought, or things that are wrong. It's interesting. The first time you publish a book, you hold it in your hands like, "Oh my goodness,
Wow,
this is a
I did
lifelong
it.
dream."
Yeah.
This one, it really is like next.
Oh, really?
I'm working
Well,
on the
don't
next
tell
one.
them
Let's go
now.
right on the next one. And, yeah, well, I hope y'all read it.
Yeah.
But yeah, for me, and I am proud of it. I think there's some good aspects. In many ways, you think about Stay in Your Lane had 0 footnotes. So Stay in Your Lane, literally, I quoted nobody. And it was just, here's my opinion.
Yeah.
So this one has like 150 footnotes.
Oh, wow.
It's 75 sources. I really want psychologists to look at this and go, man, that's legit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even as the average person can read it.
And
Are
this
we-
is
are
like
we-
your biggest size. All your other books are smaller.
Well, a couple of the other ones, yeah. So this is more the size of Friends, Partners, and Lovers, and
Yeah.
Happily, yeah. So the other
Like
ones
she
over-
knows the size. She
Yeah,
hasn't
that's
looked
nice.
at.
We don't know.
Love Styles and Stay in Your Lane. Weren't they like
that's
different
exactly right.
size?
No, you're exactly right, Adrienne. Thank
Thank
you
you.
for being such
Are
an
we
expert.
are we in
my
the
writing.
footnotes at all, Kevin?
I don't think y'all are ever mentioned, to be honest with you.
okay.
But if I did, I'd change your names for your own anonymity.
Wow.
So
Please don't.
here's what this really is, though. It is. I've been here at Bayside now for 5 years as the Married Life pastor. It's kind of the culmination of all the research and teaching I've done during
That's
that
cool.
time.
That's
So
great.
Friends, Partners, and Lovers was before I got here. Now Creation of Us really is my time here. And we really talk about, y'all have heard me talk about the idea of the 2-story house. And so often we just worry about the second story, renovating communication and sex and money, all these things, and forgetting about that first story of connection and attachment and attention. And so this book tries to cover both stories of the house. But it's kind of what we want to talk about today a little bit, because a part of the Creation of Us is if you go to changetheodds.com or kevinathompson.com or go to our Instagram, we have an assessment that's out there. So a very simple, like 21 question assessment, and it's going to now give you an evaluation of your relationship in what I call 3 different angles. So if you notice on the Creation of Us, we have a triangle, and the whole idea of the triangle now is it's not the old cheesy idea. I don't know if y'all heard this years ago. They used to say God's at the top, him and her are to the side, and the closer you get to God, the closer you get to each other. It's trash. It is absolute trash. Why? It's so cheesy. It drives me crazy. So you're telling me, you're guaranteeing me that if I draw close to God, my marriage is going to be perfect. No, there's no way that's going to happen. But also, you can't be united in your sinfulness. You can't be connected, distanced from God. I see it all the time.
Clip it.
I can't stand it. It drives me crazy, this idea.
Is that the same of like the rope?
No, that's biblical.
Oh, okay.
I think that's Ecclesiastes.
Got it, because
right?
there's a lot of people who do that at their wedding.
A cord of 3 strands
Yeah.
can't be broken. It's probably taking Ecclesiastes out of context, but it's an attempt.
It's beautiful.
But this idea, draw closer to God, you draw close to each other, it might be generally true. It's hopefully true. You always want to draw closer to God.
Sure.
But sometimes as you draw closer to God, you actually create some friction in your relationship. And you reveal more about yourself. Think about love styles. This idea of, oh my, I'm more broken than I realized.
Right.
Right? It's just such a cheesy.
and
God-
especially what if one person's going?
Yes.
What if it goes like that?
Yes.
Yeah.
And the idea that you can be completely united in your sinfulness. And so the problem with the
Oh,
triangle
yeah.
in part
You're
is,
true.
oh, I'm close to my spouse. I must be close to God. No, you couldn't be further away from God.
Right.
And
I
you're
see
just
what you're
united in
saying.
your own rebellion.
Yeah.
Here's where the triangle should actually be.
Okay, give it to us.
So you have the triangle. So you have him and her as 2 of the angles at the base. And then you have us at the top. And God's in the midst of all of it.
He's in the middle. Okay, if you,
He's bigger than just the top.
God's in me.
He's in
God's
all of
in
it.
you. God's in us.
Yes.
God's around it all. Right.
I like that.
But you have these 3 angles now, and we want to see the flourishing of all 3. And the whole idea of the creation of us is so often in our attempt to become one, I lose me.
Yeah.
You lose you. Or in our attempt to be ourselves, we never create this own entity of us. And so now what this book tries to do, I feel passionate of what I just
love
wrote on
that.
the triangle.
Yeah.
But I hate it. Can I be that honest?
You
That's
can.
a little bit too
That's-
much.
No, that's
No,
what we
I don't
want.
think I should hate
We
it.
want
Would I?
honest Kevin.
would I start with the latter on that? Yeah, of how the positive is, and then maybe go back, because I think some listeners are like, I don't think he likes God. In
He
fact,
does.
he loves God. You love
I
him.
try to, yes.
He doesn't like him. He loves them.
But I prefer my triangle over the triangle.
agree.
Of course.
All these cheesy pastors have used
now
for
that
years.
you made it through that,
Yes.
I agree.
God
with
should
you.
be in all of it, not
Yes.
just up here
Not
as
just
this
not-
thing.
yeah.
That's
But-
right.
So the assessment, here's what the assessment does. The assessment now helps us evaluate just where are we in that? Where am I? Where are you? Where are we together? Let's talk just for a moment about the power of an assessment, what it can do and what it can't do. Your marriage is more than a score. It's more than a number. Never allow an assessment to make you, oh, it's over, or this is horrible. It's not that. But it can be a valuable tool because this is going to ask you some questions that you probably wouldn't naturally ask on your own. And many times what we tend to think causes a good marriage actually doesn't. And the issues that really are the basis of what makes a marriage work, we would not naturally think about. And so I've worked with some influential people to work on this assessment, and now it's out there. And the beautiful thing now is, again, go to changetheodds.com and you can take it, is we've had about 1,000 people take it now. So we're starting to see the initial results. It could be that over time this will begin to change a little bit. Some things will modify. But the basic scores as they're coming in probably won't change that greatly. So we can jump the process and begin to tell you right now, hey, here's what people are doing well, and then here's where I think people are struggling. So let's start with us. Let's start individually, kind of where we are and the actual me angle of what is taking place. And so I gave you both sheets. And so we're going to look at 7 questions for each section. So we're going to look at the question people are getting the best, and then the one they're actually struggling with. So the first statement that people are really doing well at is, if my spouse were away for a week, I would miss them deeply, but my daily life would not fall apart. So notice what we're talking about here is differentiation. So whenever we talk about the healthy triangle, you're talking about this idea of creating a unity. So you are together, but you're differentiated at the exact same time. You're still 2 separate people. In the same way with the Trinity, Father, Son, and Spirit are distinct, and yet they are one. That's what we're looking for in marriage. So when marriage goes wrong, it's either we break apart and there's no connection, or we actually enfold into each other and there's no distinction. A healthy relationship is both differentiation and attachment. Both of those have to be at play. While y'all were gone, y'all were in Canada over the summer. I went to Italy. We took
Wait,
Silas.
Italy?
Yeah.
Oh.
By the way, we
How bougie.
Great trip.
we went to Italy. So Silas, for his senior trip, a friend of his girlfriend was studying abroad, and so the two of them went to study abroad. And that's kind of funny.
It could be, yeah.
Right? Okay, wow. The comedian gave me nothing for that one. So it's the double meaning.
Yes, abroad. I get
So
it.
we're in a
I get it now.
we're in a monastery that's 900 years old,
Okay.
right? And you look up, and the roof, now the ceiling, the trusses are just a series of triangles. And the reason they're triangles is because the triangle is the most durable object in geometry, because you can put all this weight on it, and because it's connected, it can bear the weight, but it doesn't crush in on itself. So the angles stay out separate, but at the top, the apex is connected, and that allows it to bear a lot of weight. That's why I've used this imagery in part of the triangle, that by us saying differentiated but connected, we can bear all this weight. And where we get it wrong is we either break apart or we crush in on each other. So this first section of me, and then the second section of you, is looking at for the differentiation. So we can see that people are doing aspects of this well. You leave, I don't fall apart. I still have a life. I have meaning. I have value, all those kind of things. But let's notice what they're getting wrong. Here's where they're struggling. I maintain my own core values, ideas, goals, and hobbies independent of my spouse. Now, the good news here is, if you're looking at the scores, is this is the highest of the lowest. So people are doing okay with this, but they're still scoring lower than in other places. So my question is, why? What is causing people to maybe sometimes lack their own core values, their ideas, their goals, their hobbies, independent of their spouse, and maybe solely have to only have that with their spouse? What do y'all think is going on within that?
I'm assuming they wouldn't have created their own values together.
Maybe losing a sense of themselves?
Yeah.
So maybe some enmeshment is taking place to where, you come into a relationship, you're two individuals, and you know who you are.
Yeah.
And if you're married for a long period of time, you become a mom or a dad. Now we're parents. Now we're a couple. Now all of our life is this. Is it possible that they're losing a sense of who they are?
Individually?
Individually. Yes.
Well, I wonder about couples and relationships where one would really dominate the other.
Yes.
Where suddenly that person is gone on a trip and they're like, "What am I doing?
I'm not allowed to be me."
Right.
Oh, that's a great danger as well. And notice sometimes couples don't recognize that this is a failure of marriage. That whenever you lose your sense of self, now it happens. It's life, transition. I'm not trying to put guilt on anybody, but whenever you lose your sense of self, that's actually a failure of the marriage. If Jenny loses her identity, I got to ask myself, am I contributing to that in some way? And what I want, and we'll look at this in the next section, what I really want to do is create a climate where Jenny can flourish. And she wants to create a climate where I can flourish.
Yeah.
And then together we're flourishing as well.
Yeah.
And so to begin to recognize the distinction of the three angles, and to always recognize a healthy marriage includes the flourishing of all three.
Yeah, because it's really easy for me to be like, you want to go golf? Go golf. I want you to be happy. But then if he's fine to keep golfing while I'm gone, there is the risk of not becoming the togetherness.
And then absolutely. And then also the idea of, great, you're encouraging him to go golf. You're encouraging him to live out his hobbies, his dreams. You want him to, okay, that's great. When are you doing yours?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not.
And it's not, notice this. And I think this is a vitally important point. Not only does Blaine have a responsibility to create a climate for you to do that, you also have a responsibility to do it.
Yeah.
Right.
To take that ownership. Because what I see sometimes in couples is, man, the spouse is supporting the other one, but the other one is taking no responsibility to do that. And you can look at that within personality types specifically. I mean, a 9 could, if we're not careful, just keep on deflecting that to everybody else and never form their own hobbies. their own friendships, their own things to get away, to be themselves that's separate from their spouse.
Especially if they're like introverted.
Yeah. No, absolutely. It's more difficult for some.
Yeah.
than
Or
others.
scared to take the risk, right? Like
Yep.
you're caught in a weird spot because yes, you can't work, but you can do things.
Yeah.
But there are
I've
things,
done many random things.
yeah, to see if you like it.
Yeah.
But like we're going into a season where I think you'll have more opportunity. All the kids are in school. I am supporting you to go do the thing.
Yeah.
But if you're scared to go and do the thing,
I can't blame you.
yeah, then you sit and be like, well, and that's your point,
Yep.
right? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there's a dual responsibility that's there. So that's the me angle.
Yeah.
We have a responsibility for ourselves to take care of ourselves. Is what we control the most. This kind of goes back to stay in your lane. What do I control? I control me. And so I have to develop me. I have to make sure that I'm the character, the integrity that I want to be, that I'm not losing myself and becoming. What happens is when we lose ourselves, we become enmeshed in the relationship. The relationship defines the totality of who we are. But the problem with that is a marriage consists of two individuals. And when one of the individuals loses a sense of themselves, the marriage has lost its ingredients of what it needs to succeed.
Would this be very vulnerable in couples? Maybe one struggles with substance or something like that, where they enable that because they've forgotten who they are. And like when you're talking about morals and things, or am I way off?
No, it could be where they fail to set their own boundaries.
Yeah.
And they are, enabling and become codependent upon the other one, just allowing all the things to take place. All that could be a very real possibility. But in the end, what part of this, the first part of the assessment is I'm looking at me. How am I doing as an individual, and am I differentiated from you, from the relationship, to where I have my own sense of identity? God desires that still for us. It's not like we just. It's an interesting battle, and I totally get it. Whenever we come from a theological discussion of this, both things are true. You got two hands. Both these things can be true. I do need to die to myself. There's no question. I need to die to myself. At the same time, Jesus has come that I might have life and have it abundantly. And so if we're not very careful in the church world, you hear something like this of, I want both of you to flourish in the marriage. And people can be like, no, you got to die to yourself.
Right.
No, there are some aspects of who I am that I need to allow to be burned away.
Yeah.
But in the end, Jesus wants me to flourish. He cares more about my life than I care about.
Yeah.
He wants me to flourish.
Yeah.
And that means in this relationship, I still have my own identity, my own relationship with him, and my own identity and who I am as
I would say we would score pretty good on this now, right? Where it's like, I know that he created me to be this, which will honor actually us in the greater picture, but he also created you to be you, right? And you got to be empowering that as a spouse. And I think we both would say we do that pretty good.
Yeah.
Right, babe?
So, yeah.
Yeah.
So now let's go to the next angle.
Check.
Which is, we worried about me.
Yeah.
Let's go to the you angle. Now, here's where people get this wrong. Well, they can very easily go from, I'm going to evaluate me. Okay, I've done that. Now I'm going to evaluate you. No.
Oh.
We're not doing that.
Okay.
This is not the idea of how well are you doing it, being you and differentiating from me. It's not that. The question is, how well am I doing in supporting you to be you? And notice the nuanced difference that's there. The difference is if I'm just evaluating Jenny, well, now I'm evaluating her in a way that I have no control whatsoever and no ability. And I'm now just standing back in judgment of her. And if my evaluation isn't high enough, it will actually create an excuse for me of why I can't do what I need to do, especially with anxious attachment. I'm just waiting on her, and why our relationship isn't doing very well. And evaluating Jenny has no return on investment for me. Instead, as I look at, am I creating a climate for Jenny to flourish and be successful? Then if I evaluate it high, great, let's continue to do that. If I evaluate it low, or the assessment evaluates it low, I can change. If the evaluation is on her and it's low, what can I do about that? Nothing.
Right.
If it's on how am I supporting her and it's low, now I have some action steps that I can actually
That's
take.
a good example. We were talking before about a friend who's trying to support their husband or what have you. It's like you have to look at, yes, you want your husband to reach this goal in life, but what are you doing to support that versus sitting and waiting on the passive side of, I hope he gets there one day. It's like, but what are you doing in
Let's look at this, and let's go gender stereotypes that tend to be wrong, but there's a lot of truth to them. Here's what I hear a lot. I hear a lot of men say, oh well, I want my wife to have friendships like I have friendships, and to have hobbies like I have hobbies. She allows me to do it, but she never goes and does it herself. And what they tend to do is they just judge her for not having those things, never asking the question:
Right.
Am I giving her the space
And the time.
and the ability to feel the freedom to go? Am I carrying enough of the load to give her the freedom to go do that? Now let's switch it in another way. I hear it a good amount. I hear a lot of times. Well, this will be a whole episode later. I hear a lot of women say, "I just want my husband to lead." Okay, that's great, but you're evaluating that. Let me ask you this question: what are you doing to support his leadership, to encourage him, to empower him to do the very thing that you desire? Or is it possible that you're actually hindering and limiting that from happening? So we can actually sometimes evaluate our spouses and judge them for what they're not doing, recognizing that we are in no way creating a climate for them to carry out the very thing that we're evaluating them for.
So good.
And so that's what we're getting at here. Let's look at what they're doing well. I encourage my spouse to pursue their personal dreams, callings, and friendships without feeling insecure, left behind, or slighted. Notice people are generally doing this well, but they're not doing it as well as what they were doing of this idea of if their spouse were gone for a week. So this is success, but it's a little bit lower success. But more importantly, I think, is this next question. I listen to my spouse's raw thoughts and doubts without judgment or the need to fix them.
So people aren't doing this well.
People aren't doing this well, which means they're doing one of two things or both. When we hear from our spouse, well, it could be that they're not listening at all.
Yeah.
That could be one problem.
Yeah.
So there could be multiple
they're too
things.
busy doing
they
their
may not be
hobbies.
listening at all. If they are listening, then they're either judging or trying to fix.
Yep.
And neither of those now are allowing our spouse to actually flourish.
Right.
And we're trying to control them instead of allowing them and empowering them to take control of their own lives.
This is a great question for me with a guy on a golf course, let's say, as we're talking. And the question is, what do you want for your wife? Like, what would you love to see your wife
What's your
do
dreams
that,
for your
like,
wife? Yeah.
because they love their wives.
Yeah.
They want their wives to flourish. But I think sometimes they get into this negative tone of like, I wish she did this more. Like, and it's like, oh, I would love for her to have more friends. It could be as simple as that.
Yeah.
Okay. In the next 1 month, what are you going to do to get, because I know you go to work, I know that you golf, I know that we go to the baseball game, I know we eat, we go to, there's not a whole lot of time for her to go and do those things, to make the friends. There's a lot of time that needs to happen to make the friend.
Yes.
What are you going to do as a spouse to actually give her the chance? Or who are you going to invite in? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's
So
really
it's not your job to get her friends.
Right.
It's your job to create space where she can make friends.
Yeah.
I think about early on in marriage, Jenny and I came up with this concept of we try to answer every question with yes if possible. So can I? Yes. How can we make that happen? So can I play golf on Saturday? Yes. How are we going to make that happen?
Right.
Okay, well, Jenny's like, well, I need to do these things on Saturday. All right.
Or 4 days before.
I want to do this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there a way that we can make both of these work? If we can't, then we're going to have to negotiate out who gets what. But most of the time we can. And so for depending on the age of our kids, a lot of times what we did is our kids got a little bit older, kind of the age of your oldest kids. What we did is Saturday morning, I would be free to go do what I wanted to do, and then she would have the kids. I'd come home, I would take the kids to lunch, and then Saturday afternoon, I would have the kids all afternoon, and she'd be free to do what she wanted to do. And then Saturday evening, we'd come together as a family and have dinner.
I like that.
And so notice what's happening is we're each getting space. So here's a question I would have as golfers, for guys. Your wives give you 4 hours to go play golf.
Okay, that's not even. It's like more.
Okay.
Kevin, you ruined this for me,
Your
by the way.
wives-
It
It's
was 4
36
hours.
holes. It's 8 hours.
was
Golf
6
requires
hours.
4 hours. Okay. So
Not
let's
if
go
you're doing 25
hypothetically.
rounds.
Let's go hypothetically.
Hypothetically, yeah. Bring it back.
Wives give their husbands 4 hours to go
6.
play golf.
Okay.
That's great. When are the husbands giving their wives 4 hours to go do what they want to do? And we have to, especially
Without kids, by the way.
No, yeah, it's not. Oh, you and the kids go.
You have 4 hours with the kids. You're gonna
Do
love
what you
it.
please.
It's
Here's
absolutely-
$20, babe. Go have fun.
I'm taking the kids. Like I'm not babysitting. I'm being a father. I'm taking
Yes.
the kids, and now you go out.
Yeah.
And what does that look like? And notice within a healthy triangle here, here's what this is going to mean. we're going to try to create space where you have time with your friends, I have time with my friends, and then we have time together with our friends as well. And this, in some schedules with kids and work, literally what this looks like is once a month.
Right.
That maybe it's Monday night. Monday night, the first Monday night of the month, you get to go out with your friends. The second Monday night of the month, I'm going to go with my friends. The third Monday night of the month, we're going to go out as a couple together. The fourth Monday night of the month, we're going to have a family night. And it for some, it's that. For where Jenny and I are, it's so much freedom. It's silly now at this point because literally she can go hiking whenever she wants to go hiking. I can go play golf, as long as where we just have to make sure that we're focusing is, hey, there is intentional time that we're spending together.
Right.
Because we're in a season now where the differentiation can actually be pretty easy.
Right.
Whereas when kids are little,
No.
it's the togetherness that's actually kind of easy.
Yeah.
It's having that separate time that's difficult.
Question. This could be a problem is if you kept score though, right?
Yes.
Or like
Because I was literally thinking, I'm like, oh, I should be getting 4 hours
So
every Saturday.
it shouldn't come back to is you had your 4 hours. When am I getting mine? It should be.
It can get dangerous whenever it becomes scorekeeping.
Yeah.
It can be equally dangerous if one party doesn't want any accounting. That way they can get a whole lot more.
Right.
So we can't. It can't be, hey, honey, we can't keep score. You went to coffee with your friend for 30 minutes. I'm going to go to the golf course for 8 hours.
Yeah,
you got
3-day
your
golf
time. I got
trip.
my time. We're equal.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't work. But instead, it's this ongoing conversation, and it's also a recognition of different personalities need different things. And so it could be that Jenny is not. She needs friendships, no doubt, and she has those. But she does not need as much social time as I think Adrienne probably would. And so you probably have to create more space for Adrienne to be around her friends. Whereas when my kids were little, I would need to create more space to make sure Jenny gets to go do what's fun. Because Jenny will do the work, Adrienne will do the work all day long, but Jenny won't go do what's fun. So how do I create space where you have that opportunity? Now, if you do it or not, that's up to you. But I'm going to encourage you to now go and actually make this happen. And so I think what's happening here of that, I mean, that's a whole angle of what that looks like. But with this specific question, I listen to my spouse's raw thoughts. Some people aren't listening and doubts some people are judging, but I think more often they're trying to fix. But think about the judgment idea. This is Jay Stringer, who was on several times with us and a friend of the program. He talks about this importance of kindness and curiosity. Do you provide a climate for your spouse to not have to edit their words, to not have to, oh, I'm so worried if I say the wrong thing, you're going to blow up. Do you create a space where your spouse can reveal their heart and their unrefined thoughts, and you don't try to fix that? You don't judge that. Instead, you just become kind and curious and try to draw more out of that. And there's a little bit of training for each other. Jenny and I were on a walk the other day, and I made a more vulnerable statement. And Jenny went to kind of break down the statement to well, that's not fully true because of this. And I said, Jenny, we don't have to debate this. Like, just hear what I'm feeling here instead of correcting it, right? And so there's a little bit of training that goes back and forth to catch each other. Hey, I kind of feel judged here. Like, oh yeah, oh yeah, kind of curious. That's what I'm supposed to be right now. And so to create that, but to really focus in, and we got to move on because of time, of what are you creating for your spouse? And I think if you're watching or listening, I would go to changetheodds.com. If for no other reason, I would take this assessment for this very specific angle.
That's good.
Because this is an angle we do not think about. We evaluate our spouses all the time. We don't evaluate what kind of climate are we creating for our spouses, which is where this kind of goes. And then we're gonna close out now with the assessment looks at the us angle. And so one thing that's going well here, although it's the lesser of all the wells, is my spouse is the first person I reach out to when I share great news or hit a crisis. This actually comes from friends, partners, and lovers too. The idea, my spouse should be my best friend, but not my only friend. But my best friend means something. It means they're the first person I turn to in times of trouble. When trust is low, that doesn't become the reality. But generally, couples are getting that, generally. But here's what they're not getting, and this is the lowest question on the entire assessment, the lowest statement on the entire assessment. We protect daily and weekly moments to disconnect from distractions and focus purely on each other. And it's the absolute lowest score. And this score is so low that we're going to save this for next time because it is far too important of an issue for us not to cover over a long period of time.
Right.
But between now and next week, I want you to begin to think about, do you intentionally protect daily and weekly rhythms now to disconnect from all distractions and to focus purely on each other? Notice what happens whenever we do that is then we're creating the sense of us. So if I live in a constant state of distractedness or a busyness and never use intention to connect with Jenny, I might be fully me, she might be fully her. We are not going to be us. It takes this intentionality now to come together, and that's what we're trying to accomplish in the creation of us. So go to Amazon. You don't have to pre-order anymore. Now you can order, and then go and take the assessment. Look at what your score is, and join us next week as we will focus in specifically on this us angle, and we'll do everything in our power to help you change the odds. We'll see you then.